Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington, and I am so grateful for this time that we have together. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out my new love collection. You can shop mugs, candles, hoodies, t-shirts, dresses, all of the fun stuff. Yeah, it's all linked in the show notes and in the description box, or you can just head over to candywashington.com to start shopping and perusing and to treat yourself to something from the love collection. And don't forget to like, rate, review, share with a friend, because this is always better with some support and community. And yeah, join me over on Instagram at Candy Washington. Give me a follow, shoot me a DM, give me a tag, and I will show you some love right back. So now that we've gotten all of the housekeeping out of the way, let's dive into today's episode, which is depressed versus introverted. Which one is it? So I think a lot of times people get confused with, am I introverted or am I depressed? Because I think on the surface, it can sometimes look the same, but I think the intentionality behind it is what makes these two things very distinct. So again, I'm not a mental health professional. This is just my opinion and things that I've researched and things that I've seen. So again, if you are experiencing anything when it comes to, if you're not sure if you're depressed, if you're not sure if what's going on with you, please reach out to a mental health professional, a therapist, a counselor, just someone who was licensed, someone who went to school for this. Just please reach out to a professional for help and for guidance. I just want to make that very, very clear up front. I am not a mental health professional at all. This is just what I've based upon my research, experiences, and things like that. So if you feel that you are expressing or experiencing any symptoms of depression, or you're just not sure, please seek professional help. All right, so with that, let's dive in. So depression and introversion sometimes can, on the surface, appear to be the same. Like, for example, you want to be alone a lot, or you don't feel like being around people, or you just don't feel like doing things. You might think, well, am I depressed or am I just introverted? And I believe introverted versus extroverted, it's more just the personality type. It's what environment feeds you. Like extroverts, they get re-energized by being around people. They like tapping into other people's energies, and it really feeds them. Introverted people, they get fed and their cup gets full back up usually when they have downtime and alone time to reflect, and they get overwhelmed and consumed by all of the social interactions. So it's really just what feeds you, what fills your cup up, whether it's being extroverted around other people or it's being introverted around yourself and filling your own cup back up. So it's really more of personality types, personality dynamics, and what your preferences are on how you get full. And by full, I just mean like full of like your energy back up, your cup full back up, just your peace back up, your joy, your calmness, right? Versus depression, which I believe is I'm not a mental health professional, but depression can just be experiencing some mental health issue or mental health problem at that time, or a state of how you feel. And depression is more of that feeling like worthlessness, not feeling inspired, having no passion, no drive, or not motivated. It might show up in your body. You might physically move slower, fatigued, headaches, not being able to sleep, sleeping too much, not being able to eat, eating too much. It's also big with changed behavior. So maybe you used to be extroverted. You loved going out. That really was your jam. It filled you up. You love going to events and being around people and going to parties. But now that behavior has changed and you just don't feel that same joy or that same motivation to go out, or that same passion. You kind of feel lackluster. That could be a sign of depression. Or if you want to flip it, say you are introverted, and usually being on your own fills your cup back up. You read, you write, you go for walks, you do whatever you do. You're alone, but you don't feel lonely. But now maybe when you're alone, you feel loneliness, you feel sad, you feel down, you feel just not good about yourself, you feel disconnected, right? So it's really more about the changed behavior. Did you used to want to go out? Did that used to bring you joy? Did being on your own, if you're introverted, did that used to make you happy and fulfill you? Like I personally, I am an introvert. I get filled back up when I am alone. Like I need my downtime, I need my alone time, like I'm good. But when I am alone, I don't feel lonely. And those are two different things, right? Loneliness is that feeling of feeling disconnected from self and feeling disconnected from other. It's this disconnect. That's that loneliness. Like you are by yourself, you are in it alone. It's just you. There's no one, there's no thing. It's a disconnect. Whereas being alone just is literal. You're just by yourself, right? You know, you can spend a lot of time by yourself, but not feel lonely. Like I'm introverted. So when I'm by myself, I have a ball. Like I'm just enjoying my time. I'm enjoying my own space. I'm enjoying me. Like it's great. I don't feel lonely. You can feel lonely by yourself, and you can also feel lonely in the company of others. You could be in a house full of people and still feel extremely alone. You could be at work every day with coworkers and still feel extremely alone and lonely. Loneliness is that state of being. It's how you feel. It's that disconnect. Being alone is just being on your own. So you really want to take that into account. Is this a changed behavior? Do I have feelings of worthlessness? Am I unable to do the things I used to do? Do I not want to do the things that I used to do? Those are bigger signs of depression. Rather, being introverted is just knowing yourself and just knowing that this is how I function. This is who I am authentically, and this is what I like. And I hate it when I see things like, oh, introverted, fine, here are some tips to be more social. Well, no. If I'm introverted, then that's just how I am and that's who I am. You don't see these things like extroverted. Here are some 5 tips to calm down, be quiet, and be reflective and chill by yourself. Like, extroverts don't get that same sort of shaming that introverts do. And maybe it's because sometimes on the surface, being introvert kind of might mirror what it looks like to be depressed. But again, it's whether or not you're connected, you know, whether or not it's a changed behavior, and it's really based on how you feel. But being introverted is not being depressed. You can be extroverted and be depressed. You can be introverted and be depressed. You could be extroverted and not be depressed. You could be introverted and not be depressed, right? So it's really just about the intentionality behind it and what do those symptoms mean to you? You know, really check yourself. Think, do I have really negative thoughts? Do I have self-harming thoughts? Do I have self-destructive thoughts? Do I feel disconnected from myself? Do I feel disconnected from others? Do I feel disconnected to a higher power, you know, if you believe or whatever it is? Do I just feel disconnected? Do I feel hopeless? Am I unable to find joy in things? Am I unable to find happiness in things? You know, am I excited about the future? You know, am I sleeping well? Am I sleeping enough? Am I sleeping too much? Am I overeating? Am I undereating? Am I snappy? Am I whatever it is? Those are the things you really want to look at that might be a sign that you're depressed. And if you are experiencing or exhibiting any of those things, then I would say definitely reach out to a professional and get help and talk it through. So then you can get on a plan that's right for you to work through the depression. But just because you're introverted doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. Doesn't mean you have to change. Doesn't mean you have to become more social to be more accepted. Doesn't mean that you're depressed. It just means this is how you authentically fill your cup back up. And that is okay. So I just wanted to touch on those things. I just, just depressed versus introversion. I think sometimes we get them confused. I think sometimes they overlap. So I just wanted to just quickly share that with you guys. You know, there is a difference between being depressed versus introverted. But if you find that change in your behavior, reach out. And then also, if you are introverted, don't be shamed into being a personality type that you're not in order to be accepted. How you find joy and peace in this world is how you find it. and honor that and be okay with that. So there you have it. That is my take on depression versus introversion. Am I depressed? Am I introverted? What are the tall tale signs? So if you found any value in this episode, please again give me a follow and a like over on Instagram and tag me at Candy Washington, and I will share your aha moments. Don't forget to shop the Love collection that has dropped. Pick up or gift a candle, a mug, or some cool style and fashion items. Everything is linked in the show notes in the description box, but also head over to candywashington.com to pick up some goodies for yourself. And with that, until next time, be well, take care of yourself and each other. And if you would, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, share this podcast. It means the world to me, and it really helps me put out this content for you guys. So be well, and until next time, see you soon. Bye. Ready to unlock your true potential and manifest the life of your dreams? Then I've got something super special just for you. Our mind-blowing self-love and manifestation courses. Picture this, a journey of self-discovery where you'll find a deep well of self-love and acceptance. Say goodbye to self-doubt and hello to unshakable confidence. Our courses are designed to help you embrace your worthiness and tap into the incredible power of self-love. But that's not all. We'll also dive deep into the transformative world of manifestations. You'll learn proven tools and techniques and strategies to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your wildest dreams. So get ready to create the success, happiness, love, and abundance that you deserve. So what are you waiting for? Head over to candywashington.com/courses to get started. Again, that's candywashington.com/courses.